Okay. All right, perfect. So when you're ready to go live, let me know. I can get rid of the graphic on Facebook and we can go right into it.
Let's move.
You doing it now?
It's this camera here and that camera there.
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook.
How's the frame? Good. That one is good.
Yeah, that one's perfect. That one's perfect.
Let me know when we go live. Let's give this time. Welcome. By the way, let me do this right. Welcome to the Home Renovation Made Simple show, live every Thursday at 12 p.m. straight from MOG's headquarters in the beautiful city of Atlanta. Soon to be old headquarters, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
We're
so.
moving to the new one soon. Today I have two very special guests here, and the reason I'm between them is because they're married, right? So that was on purpose because I was planning to separate any conflicts over here. First of all, I have the myth, the man, the legend, the one and only Victor Ponte, MOG CEO,
Amen.
husband, father, entrepreneur,
Son.
investor,
Brother.
son,
Hello.
human being,
Yeah.
right? And very important, most important, I have today Mrs. Perdigon, the first lady of MOG. Huh?
Yes.
She's the co-founder of MOG. She's our lead designer, correct? Interior designer. She's the one that makes all that magic happens in terms of looks, correct? Quality, the way it looks.
Yes.
She's the one in charge of it. How are you doing today, Ida?
And
Doing okay. I just moved yesterday, so I'm kind of stressed. That's why you see today you guys are looking really good. I'm just like, whatever, you know. But anyway, today we're going to be showing you how to hire bathroom tile installation companies to avoid $25,000 plus mistakes. Because when you do a big kitchen, a big bathroom, and there's tile involved, and you do it the wrong way, you're looking at least redoing it, you're looking at changing some parts of it, and having really big costs related to that, correct?
Yeah, waterways involved, water damage,
Mm-hmm.
you know, tile work to be redone, the prep work not done properly can cause consequences in the short, medium, or long term.
Mm-hmm.
It can be costly for sure.
Okay, let me find my page here. All right, so today we don't have our famous whiteboard, right? We are in a different location. Marcelo, can we actually write it over here? Oh, we can. Cool. I didn't know that. That was supposed to be a joke. But. All right, so let's jump in straight to the tip number one that we have for y'all today, which is looking for quality, right? Looking for quality in the company. How would you suggest that people should check the track record of the contractor, check the track record of the company to spot for quality? Then I give Aida the word because she's the one.
It's very important to do some research about it,
Very
some
cool.
due diligence. Exactly what you're hiring in order to do this type of work. If you have a bathroom on the second floor and you have a leak or something more, actually you can cause a huge damage in your house, costly mistake. I believe in proven record, referrals, references, what is the background of these people, how long they've been in business.
Mm-hmm.
They have, some pictures of the work that they do, they provide any kind of warranty, they're insured, they're licensed. It's a lot of due diligence that you can just check on the contractor that you decide to hire to make sure at least that you're going to have a warranty of the work done. Because keep in mind, if you're not a licensed contractor and you don't pull a permit to the bathroom, the insurance company is going to want to cover the claim, even though it's a water damage, even though whatever that is. And that is extremely important that you can have a signed agreement and someone hold accountable if something goes wrong.
Okay. And Aida, what would you say is like your number one advice for people to spot for quality? Because you go to vendors every single day, right? To check tiles, to to come up with new ideas. So what would be the number one advice for people when they're looking for bathroom tile installers?
If you're talking about the guy or the type person, you make sure you're hiring a very professional guy, and you check the reference, and that Victor said before, that you will check the password, and
Right,
then,
right.
yes, and then you make like relationship with that person, and you expect like what do you want and what he can do for you. For me, it's the best part. Good
Okay.
communication between the Thai guy with us.
Okay. And would you say it's what is a best idea? Hire one of those one-man shows companies, just like one person to install the entire thing, or hire a more robust company like MOG or one of our competitors? What do you think is the best way to go? To do it with one person, an independent contractor, or a bigger company with an actual team to install the tile? Because you handle these projects every single day. So in your experience, which one you have more success with? When one person install it, or when a company actually do the job?
The problem, not the problem with the company, the company, the MOG work is we have a improvement company, and we have the team, and for sure we're hiring a very good person for
Quality installers.
installers.
Okay. And just real quick before we move to the tip number 2, how's the sound, Marcelo? The sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to give you some insights on why we're actually qualified to be talking about this, right? I always like to go over that. MOG is in the marketplace for almost 10 years now, meaning that just last year alone we've done 140 projects. This year we're on track to totally at least double, probably triple that. And bathroom is our number one specialty, right? I think last year was like 110 bathrooms. So we've been doing that for so long, right? So that would be the reason we're actually qualified to be talking about this subject, and that's why you should trust our advice, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have done a lot of projects over the years. I just want to add a small thing. Actually, having one guy company is not a big problem. It's good people out there.
Okay.
The thing is, the risk that you're going to take when that happens, because a small operation, a small company, something goes wrong, it's really hard to trying to back
They
it.
don't have a support team, for example.
Yeah,
right?
and it's slower to tackle the problem, to go back and fix it. We have a support team that actually responds really quick. I'm not saying that it's wrong to have one guy, but obviously when the time comes and you need to have the solution to the problem, the approach is totally different.
I believe it's also a matter of having the right expectations, right? If you hire a one-man show, you need to have the expectations that this is a one-man operation. When you hire a company like us, you need to have those different expectations. So it's a matter of like, what do you want?
Yeah, the approach is going to be different, and it's something to consider. That doesn't mean that one or the other is wrong or right, but obviously, in the business that we are, the peace of mind business, I think it's really important that we have actually the systems, the protocol in order to tackle any kind of problem. We want to back it up for sure, the warranty that we provide to customers.
And an interesting thing about what you just said, that you mentioned the system, the process, is that when the system is good, it trumps even bad people. Would you agree?
Yeah,
Of course, sometimes they're so bad that they'll end up messing up still. But when you have the right system, the right process, you can pretty much hire anyone. I wouldn't go that far, but you don't need to have like, NASA engineers executing the job.
Yeah,
right?
you have people executing, and you have someone in charge that is actually laying out the project, laying out the materials, laying out what's going to be done, taking the design from the people, taking some pictures to make sure that when you execute, actually all the pieces come together.
Okay. Now let's move on to the second tip, okay, which is to make sure to say no if a carpenter, laborer, or any non-expert that's already working on your home offers to do the tiling for a cheap price, right? I wanted to read it all because that's a really good one. I haven't thought of that, right? Because you have like a carpenter, or you have like, I don't know, a handyman doing that. And it makes sense to come to him and say, hey, I have this tile project here, would you do it? It's like, yeah, sure. They
No
always say
problem.
like this, no problem. I'll do it all, I'll get it all handled. It never happens, right? You
Yeah.
hire them for, I don't know, really cheap, because they're normally cheap, but they just don't deliver. You're like super happy at first.
And with that, it's really interesting because, you know, it's so many tasks that you need to be really, with that really a set skills in place in order to deliver the high quality product. The tile is one of the things that actually at 1/8 of an inch is going to make a difference. Most of the time we face situations like crooked walls and this kind of stuff that it is going to depend upon the ability of this tile person that is going to make the difference at the end of the project.
See, that's the reason we have items from. This is Marcos. Go ahead, Victor.
And tile people must do tile work. Electrician need to do electrical work. You can have
Oh,
people
that's a
that do a
great
little,
point,
a little bit of stuff, like, you know, a carpenter can do some drywall work, or maybe, you know, a floor guy can repair different type of flooring. But with the tile, I think it's one of the tiles that really specific, or must be, because you need to have someone with the skills to deliver. And as I said before, 1/8 of inch is going to, you know, cause a difference because it's a domino effect. If you affect this side for 1/8, the rest of the project is going to be a mess.
Okay.
And that's why you have these big problems at the end of the project, because when you realize it's too late to actually correct it on the spot.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, because we do have in our team like people with different specialties, right? But we would never put I don't know, a roofing guy do the tiling, even if he offers us to do so,
Yeah.
because we know that he's not qualified.
We have in some point a few years ago, but yeah, it didn't come right. You know, you say that trying to have these multitasking people to be easier to deal with the project. But tile is one of those that we don't looking for someone else than a tile guy.
Alright, have you ever had any experience where, maybe not because you always had MOG, right? But maybe you heard about one of your friends, one of the investors we are all connected with, or maybe a story where they hired someone that was not an expert to do tile and then they had to redo it. How many stories you heard about that?
A lot, because always the people call MOG for
Afterwards,
yes.
yeah.
And it's a lot of history.
And people don't realize that happens so often.
No.
It's really, really often.
And
It happened to the Victor came to the client and give you the estimate and say, no, it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. And then the people hiring another people. Like 1 month later, call Victor again, go to the company, and I have to redo the back.
And I don't know about you, but like wasting another month is not something that I personally appreciate. Because money you can always get back, time, never.
And most of the time it's going to be the bathroom that you want to use, master bathroom, most of the cases.
Correct, yes.
And your dynamic change as soon as we start demo, or whoever start the demo. And it's one of those areas that is really annoying over time that you don't have available. If you need to go to the hallway bathroom, if you need to go downstairs, people get really annoyed because after you spend a month, you still have the problem, or maybe you cause more problem, and everything at the house has changed. You know, wife is, you know, upset, or maybe the husband, because they were involved in the process. That's why we're trying to involve everybody on the process, you know, work.
The worst thing is when they do all the bathrooms at the same time. This is even worse,
Yeah.
right? Because then they don't even have another one to use.
Yeah, we usually need at least one, people need to shower and need to, you know, use the bathroom. But it happens really often, and when it's the master bathroom, people get really, you know, upset because everything changed. And it's really uncomfortable, honestly. We have tried a couple of times, we did a renovation in our own house. It's kind of annoying, go to the hallway to take a shower or to do anything. That's really, really important.
Okay. So the third tip would be, that's more for you, Aiden, like totally for you. It's like when you're looking for the people's track records, you need to spot for the layout, how spaced the tiles are, how you know, uniform they are, and things like that. So, what's your thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like how spaced, how good it was actually laid.
The Okay, after framing,
Yeah, after the final result.
Yeah.
It's
And
more toward the design, what you have in mind,
Yes.
what do you have, want to achieve, what pattern,
Okay, the first of all, I meet with the Thai guy, and he give me the measure from the bathroom, and I'm in the area, and I can imagine how I wanted the bathroom to look.
Mhm.
And always try do something different.
Mhm.
And always I start laughing with my Thai guy because I say, okay, this project is more hard than the other.
Let me ask you this, by Thai guy, you mean the guy from the store or the guy,
No,
the
from
installer?
The installer,
okay.
Yes. And he say always
Different.
yes, I know, but I'm always prepared for the new challenge that you
Oh.
give me to.
Okay.
And I'm really happy because I have very good communication with him, and he always, he know what I want,
Mhm.
and result is better than I expect.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
So it's all, what I got from that is actually you have a trust relationship with
Yes,
your installers, correct?
correct.
after 100 bathrooms,
Yeah.
you build relationship with
Well, I
people.
mean, so it's a half marriage right there.
Yeah.
But let me put it here.
Oh, we mentioned several times that planification is key. Since you demo, you need to know the size of the child, what is the pattern that you're looking for, what is the space between what kind of grout do you want, and what kind of accent do you want, and do you want a niche, do you want a bench, are you putting a glass or a frameless with frame?
Can people see this, Marcel?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
And it's so many moving parts that
We're fine from
yeah,
this kid.
you need to know your outcome, because if you don't know where you're going to, the people don't want to deliver. They need to understand the vision, what they're going to accomplish.
Oh, that's a great tip on layout because I see what you're saying. So actually what you can provide is an actual design plan, right? A design board and stuff on how it's going to look like. I think that makes the decision on people and moving forward easier, correct?
And sometimes I'm crazy with the design because sometimes he has to tell me, Aida, I can do that.
Mhm.
Because for the layout, for if the part of the niche I want is in the with the window in the top, I can do that. That's why I have to change the design because he knows about it.
Oh, so sometimes people want a really special design, but for some reason it's not physically possible, and the
Yes.
installer will let you know.
And I'm really happy that I have somebody that he know what he's doing.
Mhm. What's his name? Yeah. He's a really good installer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have several good guys out
Yeah.
there. And yeah, sometimes when it's not possible, they get creative in order to deliver what you're looking for, what you envision. Also, the customers sometimes they don't have an idea exactly what they're looking for. That's why we offer as well the design packages.
The design package is so
They've
nice.
been really helpful. Most likely, obviously, single guys out there that they don't want to deal with, they don't have the vision. They
Yeah.
say just put this bathroom nice.
Yesterday I was
So-
presenting to that guy over that apartment in Atlanta. John, right, and yeah, that's exactly what he said. He's like, man, I have no clue what to do. I need a design plan like this.
Exactly.
Right.
We help them out in that part of it as well, as a part of the whole service that we provide. And it's been actually a really success part of design package that we're selling to
Mhm.
customers, because people sometimes don't have the time, don't have the vision, and we solve that problem in the execution, obviously, as an improvement company.
Right. Yeah, let's jump into the fourth piece of advice that we have, which is to also check the doorways, windows, and corners, okay, especially for odd-shaped angles. That's what we were just talking about. And in terms of the baseboard, the trim, it can be difficult to cut the tile to fit those spots. I think this still puts on words what we were just saying, right?
Yeah, but the windows happen most of the time. If you don't know, if you have a window inside a wet area, you need to have a tempered glass. The way that you know that you have a tempered glass in the window is going to be like a small mark on the corner of the glass that you can double check. If the contractor told you that it's a tempered glass, it must say temper on one of the corners. But that one of the most common mistakes is the windows. inside the showers or inside the top.
Inside the showers?
Yeah, inside the wet area that you're going to work with. When you lay the tile and after you figure it out that you have the wrong glass or it's not actually waterproof from inside, and you need to demo all this, it can be a costly mistake that happens more often than people think.
Okay, anything you'd like to add, Ivy?
No, the more important you have to hire some the people know what I do. And the tile work is really picky. It's, you have to really be careful with
It's very specific.
specific, yes. And when you have somebody they know what I need to know, no problem.
That is one of the things that make it or break it. You don't have time to go roofing so many things that actually can cause a big problem if you don't do it right in
It is hard to repair right afterwards.
You need to
have
demo,
do,
yeah. Because at least a complete wall, maybe it's exterior walls, maybe you have a leak, you need to demo basically the entire shower. Or you need to demo the top, you need to demo the glass wall. I mean, the mistakes in the bathroom area is really, really costly.
Okay.
And one of the issues that you have to really, really be careful is with you always make sure the floor is even before putting the tile.
So to level the floor
Yes.
before putting the tile and walls.
Yeah.
And floors.
Straight walls and uneven floors, they're really often. Some people say, one time I heard that say the only square thing in the house is the check when you pay for it. And it's true. I mean, when you use all the angles and all that, the laser ones, you'll find really often that the walls are crooked or the floors are uneven.
I mean, most of the properties we're working as a home improvement company, they are at least 15 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Some of them 10, the newer ones 10, but at least 15 years old. And they're made of what? Wood, framing and stuff? It's impossible.
Yeah, to be
they're all
straight.
here to be straight.
Even the wood is not straight by
Yeah.
definition.
Yeah.
I mean, you have bent parts and this kind of stuff. But I would say that that's really important that she say that because it
Yeah.
happens really often.
Oh yeah, all the time. And but the good thing is, as she said, when you work with someone that is actually prepared to do the work properly, they will assess that anyway.
We do that actually since the estimate.
Yeah.
If we need to correct anything, after the prep work, we just recheck before we lay the first tile because after you start doing that, it's no way back.
Marcel, next time you need to get one of those electric brackets for this mosquito right here. That's something we can
Yeah,
add to the
they
show.
all over it.
Boom.
Yeah, until you stay cool.
Yeah. One of those tennis electric, you know what I'm saying about? Just press it. Anyway, yeah. So before we jump into the last and most important tip, just wanted to invite you all to head right now to mogimprovementservices.com. That's our website. So you can subscribe to our newsletter, where we're going to be posting super exciting content about home improvement, special offers, and you'll be joining the VIP club, as we call them. It's just a totally different experience, right?
It is. It's a lot of information, a lot of consultation. We do support. We can actually do assessment for property for individual projects. We get the newsletter. We have like a dedicated part of the team to these VIP customers, in which actually we take care. We have a 24/7 platform for them. I believe you're really interested. Basically, you sign at least at the newsletter. And after building the relationship, you become one of the VIP members that we have at MOG.
Right. Are you subscribed to the newsletter?
Yes.
You better be. Come on. But
She did, because she said so many emails all the time, so many pictures all the time,
she says
so
that.
many promotions all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to increase that now. You said that, okay, now it's going to be double. Now, you know that there's a way to target just one person, right? So we target her and we just double.
1 week,
Her inbox would be like 10 emails a day.
flooded.
Yeah.
But with good content though.
I mean, it's
a lot
always
of information.
good stuff, yeah. Yeah, about bathroom, kitchen, deck, basements, roofings, full rehabs, which is 50% of our business, right, with our investing partners.
Yeah, we have design packages, we have the emergency line. You call, you have an emergency, we want to answer the
24/7.
phone, yeah. And that been really successful as well. People have a phone to reach out when they don't know what to do. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool kind of thing.
And for the newsletter, you don't need to be ready to do anything right now. Maybe you won't ever do something with us. It doesn't matter. Just subscribe so we can send you some, maybe some DIY content and stuff. That it will be really helpful. Right?
Because the main thing here is trying to provide value. If you want to do business with us, obviously we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do it, it's okay as well, because if
Maybe
you
you're
want,
not ready to do it right now.
or maybe you don't have the information to make a decision, or maybe you're just looking around. It's not mandatory actually that we can do business. We have so many people that we have connection.
We have people that they subscribe to the newsletter and they've done business with us after like a year.
Yeah.
So so many cases like that. And we have people who've done business with us 5 years ago, and then because of us, we like reminding them and sending them valuable information. It's like, okay, I want to do it
Yeah,
again.
they become customers, but it's not a must to do that in order to receive the info or to get in touch with MOG family at all.
Okay. And final and most important tip of today is to get a really precise estimate. Okay, and have clear responsibility established between the customer and the tile installing company, which means warranty, which means all the basic stuff, licensing, which means insurance, all of that. Because here at MOG, for example, on our proposal, we always send you up front all these items. But what we see, and I talk to customers every single day, YouTube. So we know that people don't do that. Just to get this public records information is a hassle. So
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah, we provide everything: layout, pictures, license, insurance, references, you name it. We usually one proposal is actually like a 9 pages long.
That
In
is-
which you have all this information, pictures, layout. You know what you want to get. We have the design package. We lay out all the preparation work, what we need from you, and we start the project as far as we have everything ready in order to be able to finish on time.
And I mean, here at MOG, we're actually taking that to the next level in terms of the visuals. You'll be totally certain about what you're getting. Maybe you won't find that somewhere else, or maybe that's too much for other companies. Not a problem. Make sure you at least get a precise description of
At
what
least you
you
know
have.
the outcome.
Yeah.
Because that's the main problem. And if you don't have the planification, if you don't know where you're going, and you start the process, you can have made a actually really costly mistake down the road.
Alright, how can people know exactly what they're getting? Would you recommend like maybe a design, maybe a 3D thing? How can they be certain that it's going to be executed with precision, by the installing company?
If you need somebody for the remodeling your bathroom,
Yeah, so how can they be sure that the tile will be installed properly? And because a lot of people, what they request from us is an actual visual of how it's going to look like. It's not the design, what they're planning to do.
for me, first of all, is the reference from the other clients, and then pictures.
Pictures. Okay, so visually wise, will be pictures. And if the company can provide an actual sketch, that would be better, right? With an actual sketch, that would be better, right? Maybe some sort of design and stuff.
Yeah, at least depending, because if some sort of way, sometimes you have people that are really certain what they're looking for. Say, I want this, I want this, I want this, and you ask for a hand sketch, and they know what they want. Most of them they're in between, but a few have no clue. And as I said, as part of the design, it's not the same that you present. We present picture, we present support, we present layout, how it's going to look like. But when you have the actual tile in front of you, when you see actually the colors or the contrast between the colors and the accent,
Yeah,
Oh.
you always ask to the client what color you prefer, the style. You want something like contemporary. You ask
Modern.
questions.
and you know the search in order to trying to have a visual, and people say okay, and we deliver the vision that they have.
Okay. So I mean, what I don't like is when we start something and the customer is not certain about what's happening, because that brings problems.
And we don't have the items, so
Yeah.
I mean, we have everything is done and line up. We started and we finish actually really quick.
Right. All right, I believe that was it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, we're live every Thursday on the Home Renovation Made Simple show at 12 p.m. Today we had the special presence of Aida Perdigon. She's our lead interior designer, right? And she's actually right now really busy renovating, actually rehabbing our new headquarters, taking care of all the design and the interior part of how it's going to look like. Is it getting good, Aida? You have a massive room over there, right? An office space, and yeah. Anything you'd like to add?
Well, basically, just stay tuned. We're going to be, live Monday and Thursday at noon. Any questions, comments, tell us about the experience that you've been having. If you have a good one, a bad one, just post it on the comments. All the
Make sure
information
you
about
tag
the
someone that needs to see this information.
Yeah, it's really helpful, and we just want to just reach the biggest amount of people possible with the message and the value and the advice in order to take right decisions.
All right, guys, thank you so much one more time. Okay, I hope this show found you well, and make sure you comment below what's the number one tip you want to implement right away. And also, like I said, tag someone that needs to see this, okay? Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Facebook page. You need to like it, not subscribe. And also activate the notifications, okay? On YouTube, on Facebook, so you can be notified on when we're live. Every Mondays we have the home rehab, the art of the rehab show, and every Thursday we have the home renovation made simple. Thank you so much, and see you guys on the next show. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Now starting on next Thursday, we'll have like videos in between, like commercials and stuff, and then we can put design and stage videos, like little commercials about staging, about bathrooms that we're doing, things like that.
Cool.
And but it is some